Hey YouTube, it's Rogue. We're going to be making a season 25 tier list for the Apex Legends characters. It's going to be, basing them off ranked where I think they are. If they're good, you can use this list for pubs too. It's not just about ranked. However, like just because I say a character is bad or good for ranked doesn't mean you can't use it in pubs. Either way, whatever you play probably still makes sense. So let's get into it. First up, we have Alter. Alter is currently in the meta right now, big time. This goes for ranked, literally any game mode. Right now, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, before we even get into this, unrelated to Alter kind of, but the meta in Apex, at least in competitive Apex and in ranked in general, you fight a lot, and all your fights are doing big damage from far. Like you have marksman rifles that are super strong right now. You got the Scout, you got the 30-30. Anyway, so those guns, you're doing huge damage, and then the Ash portaling, the Alter teleporting if things go bad, that type of stuff is in the meta. So getting in people's faces, and if things go bad, getting out of their face is kind of like the situation right now. So Alter, Ash portaling onto them, tricks and teleports with Alter using her Q through floors, walls, kidnapping people that are leaning up against a wall, and then a portal appearing on it and them flying through it, that type of stuff. That's the meta for Apex right now. Ash in the meta, getting close and personal is the #1 goal right now. And Ash and her teleports and her dashes is good. So like her little jump dashes and stuff like that is all huge and stuff for personal outplay, like mechanics and stuff like that. That's obviously a big factor. And the teleporting onto teams and teleporting into good spots, third party fights, and like being on their heads within moments is a main part of the strategy right now. Your Alter, Ash, and Ballistic are your 3 meta legends. Ballistic's on there because he kind of just gives a super pack-a-punched version of everything that everybody does. So like you have Alter going through walls, you have Ash TPing, and everybody's just dashing into your face. You get faster movement with the ballistic ult, you get faster reloads, you get, obviously he gets a different gun, a sling gun, so that's going to be big because right now Devotion is a main gun. P20s are still huge, R9s, Volts, these are main guns, and so having a gold version of that and being in people's faces and not missing and no scoping with LMGs is big time. So Bangalore is not that good. I don't think Bangalore is good, actually. Frankly, Bangalore belongs in D for me. I don't think bank smokes are any help right now, considering you get the highlights on assault characters and stuff like that. I'm just not a big fan of bank smokes. Bang's ult takes a little bit long to come down right now, and that's not necessarily something that is wrong with Bang historically. It's just that the meta is moving fast. You have fast moving people, and the Bang ult and the maps that we have right now, especially with the E-District and stuff like that, and I don't think it's the best ult to be using. Bloodhound is going to be in C, a little bit more useful than Bang. Bloodhound at least has that like sprint speed, fast moving kind of vibe when you're in ult and obviously and stuff like that. And when everything's gray and he's seeing red, then that's huge. But at the end of the day, it's definitely a troll. Bloodhound's going to be down in C. Catalyst is going to be up there in A still. Catalyst is actually still pretty decent. I mean, I don't necessarily know how she is competitively, but I've seen Catalyst played when other characters get banned as matches go on, and she's still good. I mean, the wall is still good. Obviously, using the Qs are good, and blocking doors is still a thing. So nothing wrong with that. Caustic's kind of just in like the C. I'm gonna throw Caustic in D, honestly. Things are just moving too fast. Like I said, a lot of the characters I'm gonna be putting down here, things are just moving too quick when it comes to how some of these characters can handle some of the better characters at the top of the list. If you have like slow moving bang ults, you have caustic traps, and they can easily be shot, and then people are just in your face like that fast. It's not ideal. These guys can dash out of the smoke, she can teleport through the walls, like none of that is, caustic's really not stopping much. A lot of the bunker characters, unless we get to like Rampart, are just not really the vibes right now. So Conduit is going to be in I think C. I don't think Conduit's too good. I like that she catches up to her teammates whenever she's far. That's, that perk. I mean, her tactical, healing the shields and stuff, that's great and all, but it's not really useful right now. It's just not really played. Conduit ult is just, I don't consider it to be that good. And also, I'm going to make sure I put these in order. So I'm going to be putting like the best in order here. Okay, so like best S will be Ash. But anyway, I don't really like Conduit that much. But yeah, Crypto is played competitively. It is a pick that people do have whenever things are going, whenever bans are occurring. I'm not too big on like how useful he is. Nobody really plays him that I play ranked with. Obviously craft banners, the drone and grabbing banners isn't nearly as useful as it used to be, but and the invincibility that he has isn't as strong as it used to be either. Whenever he's using the drone, I'll put him in B, but I don't play against any cryptos right now that I've seen in ranked and I don't have any friends playing him. Even if I did, I think one of the things that crypto kind of lacks is that if you did have one on your ranked team or you decided to play him, you kind of have to have really good teamwork or communication. And that's not something you find in ranked a lot if you're solo queuing or duo queuing or something, because, you know, you have one guy not there. He's using an ult, sure, but you still have one guy not there. So Fuse is, I mean, Fuse is played right now. Fuse is played, and Fuse is up there. I think Fuse is better than Cat right now. I've seen a lot of Fuse players that ring of fire in buildings and in alleys and stuff like that. And just in general, Fuse and the nades, how fast he throws them, obviously, and the Qs, the nonstop damage. Fuse is a big pick. Gibraltar, I don't think is any good at the moment. I mean, that's just, I just think Gibraltar's in D along with the rest of them. I would love a shotgun meta to come back and be able to play Gibraltar and stuff like that and have one on my team, but it's just not the vibes. I mean, you put down a bubble, you throw your ult, guess what? Ash into your bubble instantly, alter through the wall, whatever. Ballistic sprinting across the field, speedy feet, you know, just, and it's an SMG meta right now, so the bubble fighting is just not the vibe. Horizon's going to be thrown kind of in the C tier. Definitely don't see many Horizons around. Obviously there's good Horizon players, but I've not found one or have had one impact my game in any means that was negative. Like never played one that I was losing to in the split. The ult didn't feel that strong. Like as soon as you start shooting down Sparrow ult, you start shooting his dart that's on the ground, and it takes a lot of damage to destroy the one that like hurts you and stuff. You realize how little damage it takes to blow up a Horizon ult. And the Horizon ult thing is just not really doing a lot right now. So Horizon's there. Lifeline's next. Not really sure where I would put Lifeline. I think Lifeline could maybe go in B tier somewhere. I mean, I'm a big fan of Lifeline. I like, you know, rezzing on the ground and then being able to shoot my gun still and not being like committed to rezzing, you know, being the one like interacting. And you know, I think that shield thing is good. I don't think it's the best character right now. I think it'd be playable, but I don't think it's that playable. Definitely better than anything below it and usable, just not more useful than the ones above it, I think. So that's where I stand on that. Loba maybe going to be kind of the same down in C. I don't see any Lobas right now. We did have that meta not too long ago that where, you know, where everybody spawns in the low bullets on the ground instantly and everybody's grabbing everything. That's not happening anymore. So Loba's not a big pick. Currently Maggie, not necessarily a big pick either. And I haven't seen a lot of Maggie Qs, not a lot of Maggie balls. I think I would throw Maggie above all these other legends in the C tier, but I would not. Maggie's not bad, but it's not the best. Mirage, definitely a troll pick. Honestly, out of the legends behind Mirage is actually just somehow better. I am getting screwed by Mirages all the time. Mirages aren't necessarily good for the team at all. Like there's really no useful stuff other than the invisible res, and it's, you know, it's obviously a selfish character. But I mean, as far as these other characters go, Mirage is definitely, sometimes it's an okay pick. I don't know how, but it sometimes works. Newcastle would kind of maybe be above Lifeline in terms of usability. I've seen a few Newcastles. Newcastle's, you know, obviously that wall is huge. I haven't really played a lot of them this split, and but you know, Newcastle competitively is strong. And I mean, so if the right player decided to play Newcastle, they could obviously do damage with it, and they could, you know, they could save their teammates with it. But it's just not a big first pick for me, and I see a lot more of what's above it. And it's not bad, but it's not that good right now, I don't think. Octane's a make a troll pick for me. You know, flying in the air at the slow speed that he does, you know, it's just easy pickings. You feel like you're duck hunting. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I kind of throw him down there. I don't think Octane's that good at all. Pathfinder is not too shabby right now. There has been a few Pathfinders. I've seen them. I think I would throw Pathfinder above Newcastle, Lifeline, but I think I throw him still behind Crypto. I think there's still a few more Cryptos in comparison. Not a bad pick though at all. Pathfinder is obviously just fun. You know, it's fun to grapple, and the grapple has improved a little bit, and you know, and the damage that you take on a zipline charged up is now improved, obviously. So that's not a bad pick. Rampart's gonna go in A. I think Rampart's actually not too bad. Rampart's used a lot right now. Minigun's extremely viable. Those walls are great. I mean, Rampart's competitively played. Rampart is something that you see often, and Rampart's a good character right now. So Revenant, not good. I haven't played any at all recently. I think it would be a C tier character for sure. I don't know if Maggie or Revenant's really better than Mirage and all them, but kind of just up for grabs right here. Revenant's just not really played. He is definitely a troll pick. I guess I'd put him above Caustic and Bangalore. I think I would do it like that. I think I'd put him above Caustic and Octane. Yeah, definitely nothing going on with Seer right now. Sparrow's not too bad. Maybe like an A. When Apex comes out with new characters, I wish that they were overpowered, so people wanted to play them, and so people could come up with unique stuff with them, and so it'd be fun to learn something. But if they're underpowered or kind of mid, I personally don't have a lot of fun on them, and I don't have a lot of like, I don't play them a lot because I don't feel like it's like there's worth. But when it comes to Sparrow, the dart is useful. The ult I'm talking about, where it gets that huge, you know, area, and then when you're in it, you're getting hit and all that stuff. That can get you killed. A good Sparrow probably makes a difference in a lot of fights, and you got to use so much ammo to destroy that dart. It's kind of insane. And obviously, you know, you can kind of have like little security cams on the walls behind you as you run, and those things will blink, you know, when someone pops up behind you guys and chasing you. So Sparrow's not too bad. I think I'd put Sparrow maybe above Cat for ranked. I don't know how Sparrow is competitively, if it's even being touched one bit. Probably not, maybe, but I'm not sure. But yeah, Sparrow's not too shabby. I just wish it was better. You know, I wish it was better. Valkyrie is competitively played right now. I don't know really for ranked. I have seen a few in ranked. Maybe above Crypto right now. I'm not sure. I think maybe above Crypto, kind of tied with Crypto. I have seen a lot of Valkyrie, and Valkyrie is useful. Like the jetpack is useful for flying around personally, getting onto different heights and stuff like that when you have other characters that are doing a lot of movement, like Ashe and Alter. Pathfinder, of course, and then obviously the ult, super important. The jet, like the missiles aren't really the biggest thing, but it's more about the ult than anything with Valkyrie. So Valkyrie's not that bad. Rampart's, or sorry, not Rampart. Valkyrie is definitely, or not Valkyrie. Who's this fucker again? I don't even remember the name of this motherfucker. The Bat fucker. I'm calling her the Bat. I literally just randomly forgot her name. I have no idea how. I don't think she's that good right now. The sniper is just like not really doing enough. The jump thing, you know, you kind of feel like Octane going through the air. I mean, you're harder to hit, sure. It's just like, you know, compared to other legends that have the movement and what height they can take. I mean, the sniper doesn't make up for what you're losing there. It doesn't help your team get anywhere. The information of shooting an armor and knowing what armor or how many people are alive doesn't seem like the most important thing, just based on how fast games go. It's not like that information is the most vital. Really easy to just look at a team and see if there's maybe 3 alive, because usually they all kind of play together. So yeah, it's just not really a good legend right now. So that's kind of where it's going to be falling for me. Watson, I've seen a few Watsons. I'd probably put Watson behind Pathfinder on the B tier. Fences, you know, are obviously strong whenever you're dealing with buildings and stuff like that, because in order to destroy, you got to peek and you kind of got to maybe get touched by one, and that's huge. And the ult's obviously great. It's just, there's just not a lot of Watsons right now. Watson just doesn't seem to be able to stop like some of the stuff that comes through the walls with the altar, because obviously you can't predict where people are just randomly gonna like come up through the floor or come through the wall at, and obviously the whole point of Watson is to protect the entranceways. So I mean, you kind of counter that with the altar thing. So it's not really the most played, but it is played. Wraith also not too bad right now. You know, Assault Legend upgrades there, so I don't really know where I would put, or no, sorry, not Assault Legends, but you know, but Wraith did get some upgrades recently. So where I would put Wraith would probably be kind of near, yeah, I think more useful than Watson right now. You know, Path, Crypto, Valkyrie maybe a little bit better. So I'd probably put right there. And that's my tier list for season 25, guys. Honestly, this tier list could be used for ranked. It could be used for pubs. It could be used for comp. This is kind of accurate, I feel like, a little bit in a way. This is just kind of the meta. Getting in people's faces is the meta right now. You know, Devo's being used. That's huge, and stuff like that. So this is what you can expect in your games. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the tier list. Hopefully it helps you. And if not, you know, well, GG's, man. Maybe my opinion just sucked, but hopefully it helps you guys out. Hopefully gets you a little bit better. And in season 26, we'll make a new one. We'll see how that goes.